Welcome, my people. You're about to marry a Nigerian? Problem day, you're in for a ride. Grinning face with sweat, I'm Ama's African folktale stories, your ancestral marriage guide, sent by the spirits to save you from Wahala. Today we're diving into Nigerian folktales so juicy, so funny, and so true, you'll be shouting Naija no day carry last. By the end, we've got stories of love, mischief, and family drama, plus secrets about Nigerian weddings that'll make your jaw drop. Once upon a time, in a village where palm wine flowed like rivers, there lived a young man named Tund. He was head over heels in love with Amaka, a woman so beautiful, even the moon would pause just to look at her face. But there was a problem. Amaka's family had an ancestor spirit, Baba Alay, who talked more than a town crier with a megaphone. Every time Tund came to visit, Baba Alay's voice thundered through the family shrine, "Young man, if you want Amaka, you must pass my tests." And these weren't ordinary tests, my people. The first? Cook jollof rice blindfolded. Can you imagine? If it were you, would you pass or burn down the whole kitchen? Tund tried his best. The rice was half raw, half burnt, and somehow half missing. Yet Amaka's family still clapped, because they saw his effort. Baba Alay muttered, not terrible, but the second test awaits. This time, he demanded Tund dance to Fella's music, for 3 whole hours. Omo, even Michael Jackson would have tapped out. And here's the lesson, my people. Sometimes, families don't want perfection, they want patience, humor, and persistence. In Yoruba culture, in-laws test you. They make you kneel, prostrate, bring gifts, even embarrass you, not to break you, but to see if you respect the family. Tell me, if your in-laws gave you a test today, would you laugh or vex? Now picture me, your humble guide, trying to cook blindfolded. The pot would catch fire, the rice would run away, and I'd still be shouting, "This is why I'm still single, oh." In the end, Baba Alay finally said, "Tund, you have wit, patience, and humor. You may marry Amaka." The village erupted with drumming, singing, and dancing. And so, my people, wit and patience win family approval. That's the truth of it. But stay with me, because next up, we meet a husband whose yam is more powerful than Bitcoin. In another village, far from Baba Alay's endless talking, there lived a woman named Chidinma. She was clever, sharp-tongued, and beautiful in a way that made the sun bow whenever she walked past. She fell in love with Emeka, a man whose family was known for their endless wealth. Their compound was so big, people said even goats got lost inside. But there was a secret behind Emeka's wealth. His family's riches came from a magical yam buried deep in the earth. This was no ordinary yam, my people. Every night, it pulsed with golden light, demanding only one thing: praise. As long as the family sang to it, honored it, and never ignored it, their wealth overflowed like a river after heavy rain. At first, Chidinma thought it was harmless. A yam that loves praise? Fine. She clapped along politely. But one night, the yam's spirit boomed, "Chidinma, sing for me or I will shrink." And Chidinma, with all the pride of a modern woman, folded her arms and said, "Abeg, I didn't marry vegetables. Sing for yourself." My people, that was the beginning of trouble. The next morning, the once great yam shriveled like Gary left in the rain. The compound that was overflowing with riches began to echo with emptiness. Goats fled. Chickens packed their bags. Even the palm wine refused to ferment. Tell me, if your in-laws' wealth depended on praising a yam, would you sing, or would you hiss? Emeka begged her, "My wife, please appease the yam. Without it, we are finished." So Chidinma agreed to join the family's quest to bring the yam back to power. They tried prayers, sacrifices, even high-life music. Nothing worked. Finally, the yam's spirit growled, "If you want me strong again, you must beat me in a rap battle." Picture it, Chidinma facing off with a yam. She started. "Yo yam, grow money, don't be funny. You're round, you're brown, you need my honey." The yam boomed back. "Without my shine, you got no dime. Respect tradition, or lose the rhyme." Omo, the whole village nearly fainted from laughter. In the end, Chidinma added her own spice. She praised the yam, but in her own way. She sang a fusion of modern Afrobeat and Igbo folk chant, shaking the ground with rhythm. The yam grew, brighter and bigger, until the compound overflowed again with wealth. And so, my people, the lesson is clear: respect tradition, but add your own flavor. Old ways and new ways can dance together. So, Tund learned patience, and Chidinma taught us balance. But my people, don't go anywhere. Because up next, a wedding crasher like you've never seen before. Not an uncle, not a jealous ex, but a god in disguise. In the bustling town of Ibadan, the air was thick with music and fried meat smoke. Aisha and Musa's wedding was the event of the year, drummers pounding, aunties dancing, uncles spraying money like rainfall. Love was in the air, but so was trouble. Because lurking outside the gate, dressed in shadows and laughter, was Eshu, the Yoruba trickster god. Now, Eshu never enters a party quietly. He came disguised, first as an auntie with too much makeup. She sat in the front row, fanning herself, whispering nonsense like, "Marry quickly before the food gets cold." The bride nearly dropped her bouquet. Imagine me as Auntie Eshu, fanning myself and shouting, "Why are we wasting time with vows? Serve the jollof first." After all, a hungry groom cannot love properly. But that was only the beginning. Minutes later, Eshu appeared again, this time as a drunk uncle. He staggered to the dance floor, spraying counterfeit money and yelling, "DJ, play my song." When the DJ refused, he grabbed the microphone and started singing Fuji music off-key. And then, just when the couple thought it couldn't get worse, a goat walked into the hall. But this was no ordinary goat. Its eyes glowed red, and on its back was a wrapper tied like a human guest. People screamed, children climbed tables, and the bride nearly fainted. Who was the goat? You guessed it, Eshu again. Eshu thrived in chaos. He loved to scatter peace, turn joy into confusion, and laugh while humans quarreled. But Aisha and Musa were different. Instead of fighting him, they whispered to each other, smiled, and invited him to join the party. Trickster or not, this is our day. Come, eat, drink, and dance with us. For the first time that night, Eshu paused. Nobody had ever welcomed him like that. Slowly he laughed, his shadow breaking into golden sparks. He danced, sprayed real money, and even led the Fuji band with rhythm so sweet, the crowd forgave him instantly. That night, the trickster's mischief turned into music. And so, my people, the lesson is clear: love conquers chaos. No matter how much the trickster tries to scatter your joy, true love finds a way to laugh, embrace, and keep dancing. After all, Nigerian weddings are never peaceful. They are wild, filled with uncles, aunties, drummers, money rain, and sometimes, tricksters in disguise. But love always wins. So we've seen patience, balance, and love conquering chaos. But don't touch that remote yet. Because up next, the story gets even crazier: a palm tree that refuses to bless the wedding, unless the bride passes its riddles. In a village where palm trees grew taller than the chief's palace, weddings weren't just about food and music. They needed a blessing from the oracle palm, a tree so old, its roots knew secrets from the beginning of time. Without its blessing, no marriage was considered complete. And today, it was the turn of a new bride, Kemi. The oracle palm spoke in riddles. It said, "Bride, if your heart is pure, you will answer me. Fail, and I withhold my blessing." Everyone gasped. Kemi adjusted her geli and whispered, "No pressure, right?" The first riddle boomed, "I have towns but no houses. I have water, but no fish. What am I?" Kemi blinked. She scratched her head. She whispered, "En palm wine." The whole village burst into laughter. The answer, of course, was a map. Now imagine me, standing before the palm tree sweating, and saying, "Oracle, a beg, can I phone a friend?" The tree would just shake its leaves like, "Oga, you're on your own." The second riddle came, "The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I?" Kemi thought hard. Then she smiled brightly and shouted, "Footsteps." The crowd erupted in cheers. Even the palm tree swayed gently in approval. She got it right. The final riddle was the hardest. What belongs to you, but is used more by others? Kemi